Hi, welcome to Dad Talk Network. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Today I'm back in the kitchen with my wife Tracy. So Tracy, what are we making today?
We're making an American favorite, candy apples. So if you remember going down the Jersey Shore or any carnival, you'll have those red candied apples, some caramel apples, whatever you prefer, but candy apples, that was my favorite treat going down the shore. So I'm going to show you how to make candied apples with the kit that you get from the supermarket, the Concord food kit. One of the pet peeves that people speak about in making candy apples with those kits are the way of cooking, not being able to measure correctly, or just the candy not sticking well to the apple or not, being crunchy. So I'm going to show you how to make the candy apples according to the package, and a couple of tricks or tips in making sure that they come out absolutely perfect. So here I'm going to show you how I make candy apples. There is a little bit of an art to making these candy apples, especially if you're going to make a large batch like I have here. I tend to make apples every year, and I do give them away for gifts. So here I'm making a batch of 60 apples. But a single batch of apples, according to the Concord Foods apple kit, you should be able to yield about 10 apples. However, I found over the years that it really yields about 7 to 8 apples. So just make sure you calculate that accordingly, especially if you make multiple packs. And then if you do make 3 or more packs, there is a slight adjustment to the ingredients. Here it's 1 kit to a candy thermometer, which is optimal to have, but not everyone has one. I'll show you how you can take a look at the state of the boil of the candy to tell that it's ready. 1 cup of water, 2.5 cups of sugar, and then of course the 10 apples dried, cleaned. And but yeah, when you do multiple kits, you need to pull back on the amount of water. So they say only use 2/3 of the quantity of water. So it says 1 cup here. Make sure you do a 2/3 cup of water if you do 3 or more packs. And you would just times the number of packs by these instructions here. So I'm going to do 7 kits. 7 kits would require 7 cups of water. However, 2/3 of that would yield you about 4 3/4 cups of water. And then it says 2.5 cups of sugar here. That indeed is 17 cups of sugar to do a giant batch. I'm doing 7 kits here. So as you can see, I prepared my apples here. I cleaned, dried them, and I put the candy apple sticks in them. Now the kit does have what they call popsicle sticks in there. I prefer to use the authentic candy apple sticks. I buy the kit from Amazon. It's a candy apple making kits, and it gives you bags to wrap them in, nice fancy bow. You can bow tie them up and everything, and it gives you the sticks. So I inserted the sticks into the apples, the side where the stem is. And sometimes it can be a little bit tough to put the sticks in, so I do give them a little tap with my little meat mallet, or you can use a little hammer if, whichever you have. And so I already measured out my sugar, so I do have 17 cups of sugar here according to the package. I timed 7 by the package here. And the 4 3/4 cups of water I have measured here off to the side. Now it is important that you do use, the appropriate measuring tools when it comes to candy apples. It's important to use a dry measuring cup. This is a 1 cup dry measuring cup to measure out your sugar. That's very important. And it's important to use the graduated fluid measuring cup for the water. It's important. There's a distinction between the two, a dry measuring cup and a liquid measuring cup. Please be sure to, that you use the appropriate measuring for that. And if you're going to do a single box, a single kit, a 2-quart saucepan is appropriate for that size, especially if you're going to use it to dip. You don't want to handle the candy and transferring, from pot to pot. So just make sure you use the right size pot for this. So a 2-quart boiling is good for if you're just doing the 1 or 2. You might want to go up to a 3-quart or 4 if you're going to do 2 kits. But this is the right size for a single kit. But in this case, because I'm doing 7 kits, I'm doing a very large 8-quart pot here that I'm going to boil my candy mix in. And I'll show you how to do that. So I opened up the one of the boxes just to show you the contents of what's inside of the candy apple making kit. You get a pack of the flavor crystals or flavor sugar that they have, and you also get their version of popsicle sticks. But again, as I stated, I use the actual the pointed end sticks that I order from Amazon, but you can use these as well. So I am opening each pack of candy apple kit, and I will dump each package into the pot. There will be 7 total. So now that I have the candy apple flavor mix in the pot, I'm going to proceed to add the 17 cups of sugar. And then I will also add all of the water. So I will place this on the stove at high heat and let boil. I'll give it a good mix as it goes. I have this on the stove at high heat. So I'm going to just let some of the water, give it a stir, let some of the water get to the bottom of the pan. You see, it's bubbling, so some of the water is getting to the bottom now. So I'll let this come to a boil. I'll show you how it comes to a state of boil where it looks like lava. And that'll tell you that it'll be coming to its candy state soon. I'll show you then how when it's at its candy state where it looks like boiling glass. Stay tuned. Getting pretty close to that boiling glass state. So here's the stage where it looks like the hard crack stage, like it's boiling glass. And the best way to test this is with a cup of ice water. You take a spoon and you dip, and you let it drip over the glass, and if you see threads, which I do see, it's just about ready. And you can see how it's stretching. It's in that candy state right there. So I would say it's just about time to turn out the fire and start to dip. So here I have the candy apple mix ready for dipping. I have a lot of apples here to dip. I'm just going to show you how, with a couple of apples here, how to dip. I have here a cookie sheet that's lightly greased so that when the apples dry, it'll be easy to release. From a safety standpoint, you know, I just wanted to make sure that you know that this candy mix is very, very, very hot. So from a safety standpoint, I do recommend that you may want to use oven mitts while handling and dipping the apple. However, because I've been doing this for many years, you know, I'm just going to do them with, you know, my regular hand without the mitt. You know, I've been handling this for years, so I'm just going to go ahead and begin the dipping process. And you may need to tilt just so that you get good coverage. So I let it drip a bit, and then I move over to my pan. Take the next apple, tilt, tilt and twirl. Pull out, let drip. And let sit and dry. And proceed with your remaining apples and let dry. Now it's time for a taste test. I already pre-cut a couple of pieces. Now, when I was a kid, I can bite directly into one of these. But now, a little bit older, I gotta cut off a piece because, you know, teeth are a little bit older. But good, nice and crunchy, very good.
And sweet.
Enjoy.
As always, thank you for watching Dad Talk Network and our series of Back in the Kitchen. Please stay tuned for a new episode coming soon. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Thank you.
Thank you.